Hey guys, here we are. We're back with Doom VFR, and we're going to talk about what I hated about it. Okay, Doom VFR. So I just did a video where I gushed about Doom VFR, and it is beautiful. It does feel like Doom. It does give you a lot of those weapons and sounds and feelings of nostalgia. It really does. But it also has some major issues. Major issue number one that I found is that if it is not the primary window, now this really sucks for those of us that stream. It's not really going to be a problem for others unless you have a habit of having tabs open or tabbing out of a window. The moment you tab out of this window, all hell breaks loose. Okay, the audio stops, so you can't hear anything. And the video or the graphic quality degrades. It stutters all to hell. It demands being the primary window. I discovered this problem when I did the first live stream of this game, and I use Overdrop so that way I could just flip my hand and see the chat from the live stream and interact with everybody. And if you don't set that to not make this window the primary window, it will make itself the primary window, Doom goes out, and there's no more sound. No one hears a damn thing aside from my voice coming across. And that's a shame because the audio is pretty good. I am of the opinion that in 2018, games should at least have a setting that will allow you to continue to play the audio when the game window is in the background, at the very least. Because there are games where if I put it in the background, it runs perfectly fine, but the audio stops. That sucks. That sucks. Just at least give me the option. I understand. Minor quip that's not going to mess with a whole lot of people, but it messed with me, so I fucking hate it. The bugs. Jesus effing Christ, the bugs. There was one point where I was streaming the game, playing, and I lost all ability to control anything. But get this, I could move. Like, I could toggle menus, I could toggle the teleporting, I could dash. I couldn't shoot anything. I would hit the trigger and nothing would come out. And I had full ammo, switching guns. No, can't switch guns. I don't know what the hell that bug was all about. I don't know why that bug was about. I don't know what I did to personally piss this bug off. But this bug had it out for me. It was not a happy camper. I mean, multiple times throughout my stream, I would lose the ability to shoot the damn gun. Then I would have to restart the game. Yes, shut down the game, restart the game, start over from my last save point. Are you joking? That was absolutely ridiculous. I hate the fact that the game is short. It's short. And you don't really get much of the story. Now, I think the story is good, and I think the story is good because it is giving you a prequel to Doom 2016. It's telling you, hey, this is what happened before Doom Guy arrived. And I think that's awesome. But it did not give us enough. Now, I understand if it gave us too much, it would spoil Doom 2016. But give us more of the happenings beforehand. You know what I mean? I don't want to wake up in the middle of running from a demon just to get killed and then like, oops, okay, here we are. This is the story and you're here. Well, it would have been nice to kind of see what led up to that if you're going to do a prequel. This was really a prequel of me blowing shit up before Doom Guy got there. That's really all it is. So when I watch Doom 2016, I see things that I did. You know, I'd be like, oh my God, I know why that's busted. I'm the one that busted it. That's awesome. But I want to know why. What the frig? I don't know. I just wanted more story. The game was way too short. It felt like it could have been much, much longer. What is it? Where'd this suit come from? How are we putting people's brains into computers now? I mean, how did I even get my dead body there? I died in an elevator. I don't know. There are a lot of story holes. I wish there was more, but there isn't. So whatever. The game is definitely terribly short. If I did not die so much, because I'm a noob, if I didn't die so much, I would say that this is easily 3 hours. 3 hours max. And that's really just because they didn't give you a whole lot. What they did was they reused old assets from Doom 2016 to tell this story. They didn't make new assets for this. There were no new game sounds and stuff like that. I think the only new assets, really, were the fists, were the hands, because they weren't Doom Guy hands. But that was really about it. They could have given us more. I just kind of felt like the game was short. When it comes down to the challenge of the enemies were challenging, but here's where we start making some comparisons. When you have competition out there along the lines of a company like X-Real Games, which is an indie developer, they created a game called ATEX Cybernetic. If you want to play what Doom should have been, play ATEX Cybernetic. That game is exactly what Doom VFR should have been. We're talking the sheer amount of enemies, the sheer amount of different gameplay mechanics that are employed. We're talking climbing, crouching, crawling, a myriad of different weapons, finding all these different keys, finding secret rooms, finding secret bosses, multitude of areas all actually combined together by a good story. Great AI. That is what ATEX Cybernetic really was. It was a fast, frantic, it felt like Doom. The only difference is you're not Doom Guy, you're not fighting demons. You're fighting cybernetic organisms. If you were to just take out the cyborgs and put in the demons, you'd have Doom. Better than what id released with Doom VFR. When they released Doom VFR, the movement mechanics were janky. They were terrible. And it was just because the only options you had available to you was teleport and a kind of a dash move where you could dash forward or dash to the side. But you didn't have any kind of free moving locomotion. Now, one of the problems with Doom VFR and their smooth locomotion is that you get stuck on things. They didn't quite build the game thinking about smooth locomotion. You're teleporting all over the place. So you will get stuck on things. That is annoying as fuck. The movement mechanics, no way. But you go to a game like ATEX Cybernetic, and the movement mechanics, you have all of them available to you right away. You didn't have to complain a whole lot in order to get it, because the outcry for the movement mechanics in Doom VFR was intense. I mean, things escalated quickly. Twitter was on fire. Discussions were blowing up. It was pandemonium. And the people at id, to their credit, listened and included a different mode of movement. But if you see me here, and what I like is that you can use all three of them at the same time, because what you see here behind me is I'm teleporting and I'm smooth moving and I'm dashing, which I think was a really good thing for them to do in terms of answering the criticism about the movement. But the game still wasn't built for that type of movement, so it does hang up on things. It's a criticism. It does affect your gameplay. It does affect your enjoyment of the game. Aside from that, I don't really hate too much about Doom VFR. If you heard my my other video on what I loved about Doom VFR, there's a lot more to love about Doom VFR than there is to hate about it. Even with these issues, it is still worth the money to play. If you're not a streamer, don't worry about the first issue that I had. If you're just a regular gamer, that's not going to be a problem for you. So I say it's worth the money, even at full price, even with the problems that it does have. I do think things like in the different hard modes, there's still too much ammo. I never really felt, maybe once or twice I felt that anxiety of running out of ammo, but I never really felt the anxiety of running out of ammo very often. So I kind of feel like gameplay wise, if it was a little more sparse, that might have made it a bit more interesting to play. Because here we go to my last issue with the game. It's not that interesting. It really isn't. It's just not that interesting. When you play games like A-Tech Cybernetic, the game is interesting. The story is interesting. The progression is interesting as you get stronger throughout the game. You see, in Doom VFR, there's no real progression. I mean, the most progression you get is collecting new weapons. You don't really, go through the journey of collecting those new weapons. You just get them. But in A-Tech Cybernetic, yes, different weapons, blah, blah, blah. But you go through the journey of getting those weapons. And one thing that just comes to mind, I am a total liar. This is not my last thing. My very last thing is shooting. The aiming mechanics, they're terrible. Absolutely terrible. Your arm, your hand in relation to reality in VR are skewed. Totally skewed. So it doesn't even feel right when you're trying to aim your weapons. You can't really get, you have to kind of adjust your arm because essentially your hands are like this. So the weapon is like this and you kind of have to compensate for that. I would say the accuracy is garbage. The accuracy is garbage. Now, has Doom ever been about being accurate and headshots and stuff like that? No, it hasn't. But after you play some of the other games and some of the more recent first-person shooters where accuracy is sort of a factor, even if they give you some kind of target assist, you still feel like you have to be accurate. In Doom VFR, there's no feeling of accuracy like that. You're just running and shooting shit. It's not interesting. Well, anyhow, enough of this bitching. That's what I hate about Doom VFR. Is it a whole lot? Nah. Does it matter to everybody? Nah. But it matters to me. It might matter to some others. Some other people might get something out of the video. That's great. So, I would say, go on ahead, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you hit that like button on YouTube, hit that subscribe to on YouTube. Also hit that little bell over there. I notice people keep saying that, and it's true. Hit the damn bell. So that way you know when new videos come out. I do reviews on hardware, I do reviews on software, but most of it comes from my experiences in live streaming. In live streaming, you can get pretty much my raw, immediate reactions to these things, as opposed to my having to, well, think about what I didn't like, or think about what I did like. You can get my immediate reactions, and that's on Twitch, twitch.tv/LinkSavage. Hit that follow button, and you'll be notified whenever I go live. And I do have a set schedule, but I do also go live outside of that set schedule, and that's where you're going to get the raw reactions for these games. Also, you'll be able to request games. Hey, you want to see the gameplay from XYZ? Let's go on ahead and play that game together, right? Why not? So go on ahead, make sure you follow. Also follow me on Twitter. Dang it, you can also follow me on Facebook. That's LinkSavageVR on Facebook. It's VR Savage on Twitter. Follow me on all my social media. If you just go to the Twitch page, you'll see it all there. Oh, it's all there. It's all there. Now, my dog is whining at me, and I have to do something about this. So, until next time, I will catch you guys later.